Welcome back to Top 5. The Snallygaster, Maryland, USA. In the early 1900s, residents of the Maryland countryside began reporting sightings of a bizarre creature dubbed the Snallygaster. Described as a half-reptilian, half-bird beast with sharp claws and metallic teeth, the creature became the subject of local folklore. In 1909, a man named T.A. McCarty claimed he had a harrowing encounter while chasing after his runaway pigs. As dusk settled over the hills, he reported hearing an ear-piercing screech. Suddenly, the Snallygaster swooped down, its enormous wings casting a shadow that blocked out the moonlight. McCarty described the terror of feeling the rush of wind and the creature's foul breath as it narrowly missed him. The encounter left him a changed man, deeply rooted in the belief that something sinister lurked in the woods. 9. The Chupacabra, Puerto Rico. In the mid-1990s, farmers in Puerto Rico were baffled by a series of livestock murders. Goats were found drained of blood, leaving behind the telltale puncture wounds that would soon be associated with the infamous Chupacabra. One night, a local woman named Marisol Lopez ventured outside to investigate the commotion around her farm. Armed with nothing but a flashlight, she stepped into the moonlit field, only to be confronted by a creature with large, red eyes and a spiky back. Marisol froze as the beast approached, a reptilian figure that emitted a guttural growl. The creature lunged toward her, but at that moment, she stumbled back, tumbling into the tall grass and avoiding what could have been her last moment. The encounter became part of the folklore, a chilling reminder of the things that prey in the dark. 8. Mokombembe, Congo River Basin. Deep within the heart of Africa's Congo River Basin lies the legend of the Mokombembe, a dinosaur-like creature said to haunt the rivers and swamps. In 1985, a team of explorers embarked on an expedition to find this elusive beast. During their venture, they encountered a local guide, who claimed to have seen the creature near the riverbank. That night, while camped under the stars, the sounds of splashing water and heavy thuds echoed through the fog. Suddenly, a massive silhouette emerged from the water, causing the ground to shake. The explorers caught a glimpse of a long neck and an enormous, hulking body. The sighting was so astonishing that some members of the team fled in terror, abandoning their equipment. The image of that ancient beast remains etched in their memories, a stark reminder of an unseen world. 7. The Beast of Bray Road, Wisconsin, USA. In the late 1980s, reports began to emerge from Elkhorn, Wisconsin about a large, wolf-like creature often referred to as the Beast of Bray Road. In 1991, a woman named Claudia McCoy claimed to have had a close encounter while driving along the country road. As the full moon illuminated the path, she noticed something lurking by the roadside. Assuming it was a large dog, she slowed down to get a better look. As she neared, the creature stood on its hind legs, revealing a muscular frame covered in fur, its human-like face staring directly at her. Her heart raced as the beast let out a growl that reverberated in her chest. Claudia sped away, terrified and shaken, and the memory of that primal gaze haunted her for years. 6. The Wendigo, Northern U.S. and Canada. Among the Algonquin tribes, the Wendigo is a harrowing figure representing insatiable hunger and greed. In the winter of 1992, a group of ice fishermen in the woods of Minnesota reported strange happenings. One night, as they gathered around a fire, they heard a blood-curdling shriek resonating through the trees. One fisherman named Eric decided to investigate further. As he crept into the darkened woods, he stumbled upon a ghastly sight, gnarled trees with frost-covered branches appearing to reach out like skeletal fingers. Then, the ghastly whispers of the Wendigo echoed around him. Eric felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if the creature was watching him from the shadows. The feeling of hunger gnawed at his insides, an intense desire to feast that he couldn't explain. He fled back to the safety of his friends, each breath heavy with the chilling awareness of the entity lurking just beyond their campfire's reach. 5. The Jersey Devil, New Jersey, USA. The legend of the Jersey Devil dates back to the 1700s, growing in infamy as locals reported terrifying sightings. In 1909, the streets of Camden were thrown into chaos as tales emerged of a creature with the body of a kangaroo, the head of a goat, and bat-like wings. A young boy named Tommy Green went to investigate the claims after a neighbor's livestock was found mutilated. With a wooden stick and curious determination, he ventured into the Pine Barrens late one night. Suddenly, he witnessed an enormous shadow soaring above the treetops. The creature screeched, a sound that vibrated through the very ground beneath him. Tommy ran, heart racing, as branches whipped against his skin and the echoes of the devil chased him into the night. The Jersey Devil would remain a haunting figure, representing the wild, untamed parts of New Jersey. 4. The Flatwoods Monster, West Virginia, USA. In 1952, residents of Flatwoods, West Virginia, reported an extraordinary encounter with a creature from the stars. After witnessing a streak of light in the sky, a group of boys and their mother went to investigate. They arrived at a hilltop and were met with an astounding sight, a 10-foot-tall figure clad in metallic armor, with glowing red eyes and a spade-shaped head. One boy described how the creature emitted a foul odor reminiscent of sulfur, and as they looked on in terror, it raised an arm as if trying to communicate. Screaming, they fled the scene, onward to safety. The tale of the Flatwoods Monster drew in journalists and cryptid enthusiasts alike, casting the fear of the unknown into the heart of West Virginia. 3. Sasquatch, Pacific Northwest, USA. The legend of Bigfoot is broad and remains one of the most enduring cryptid stories in North America. In 1967, a film emerged depicting what appeared to be a large, hairy humanoid striding through the woods of California. However, countless eyewitness accounts precede it. One such account comes from a seasoned hiker named Bill Green, who, in 1972, claimed he was hiking in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest when he came face to face with Bigfoot. Bill spotted an enormous figure among the trees, standing nearly 8 feet tall, covered in thick brown fur. Heart pounding, he raised his camera but felt an overwhelming, primal fear and dropped it in the underbrush. The creature turned, locking eyes with him, a moment that lasted eternity before it calmly walked away. Bill's experience became legendary, sparking debates and theories surrounding Bigfoot's existence. 2. The Skinwalker, Navajo Nation, USA. The Skinwalker is a terrifying legend among the Navajo people, believed to be a witch capable of transforming into animals. In 2015, a man named Jake introduced his friends to a remote area of the Navajo Nation for a weekend getaway. That night, they gathered around a fire, sharing ghost stories when someone suggested they go for a hike. As they trekked through the desert, Jake spotted something darting between the rocks. At first, it appeared to be a wolf, but the creature's eyes glowed with an unnatural light, sending chills down their spines. They felt watched, and just as fear settled in, an eerie howl echoed, resembling that of a human mixed with a primal growl. Panicked, they retraced their steps but felt pursued, as if the Skinwalker hungered for their adrenaline. It remains an ominous and unshakable memory, embedded in their souls. 1. The Lizard Man of Scape or Swamp, South Carolina, USA. Topping our list is the infamous Lizard Man, a creature reported in the late 1980s, following a spate of bizarre sightings. In 1988, a man named Christopher Davis was driving late at night when he pulled over to inspect some strange tire noises. With little time to follow his instincts, he stepped outside to investigate. Suddenly, he spotted a tall, green figure peering through the trees, roughly 7 feet tall, with scales and glowing red eyes. The creature let out a guttural hiss and lunged toward him. Davis jumped back into his car and raced down the swampy roads, pressing the gas like a bullet. The Lizard Man reportedly chased him for several miles, claw marks left along his vehicle. The adrenaline and terror of that night would forever resonate, as he became part of the folklore, a haunting reminder that some things are better left unexplored.